really simple and straightforward. I thought it would be a more in-depth process than it was. It's always good when it works that way, when you think it's going to be worse and then it turns out better. It was fairly simple. There were a number of different stages to go through, which we thought were going to be quite overwhelming at first. But in reality, they were quite simple to go through. It didn't take too long. The first part probably took the longest, and even that's probably an hour or a couple of hours work if you've got the information that you need. There was an account manager as well that we'd speak to from Inngot, which helped make sure that we were doing it right every step along the way. So yeah, I mean, having gone through other methods of gaining, of raising money, bringing cash into the business, it was by far the easiest and quickest one. So your IP, so all information, and it really does get you to think about actually what IP your business does hold from lots of different angles. I think beforehand, we view IP in a very one-dimensional way, right? Is it something that you've got a patent for? Is it something that, is a trade secret, let's say? But actually IP is way broader than that. And maybe that was just my naivety beforehand, but there are a lot more areas that the process application will get you to think about, which, does count towards your intellectual property as a business that only you know, and why, we've been able to grow to the size we are, because we have that intellectual property. So yeah, let me think of different areas. So it'll be like around the data that you own, your product itself, your customer base, your differentiation in the market, any trademarks that you've got, financials as well. So, you do need to provide, how you've performed over the last few years, what your models are, your projections for the next couple of years as well. Yeah, I think that was the main bit, really. I mean, we were learning as we were completing the form, which again was probably one of the reasons why we thought it would be a much longer process than what it was. Because we thought we've not done this before. We'll have a lot to learn. There'll be information we have to go away and get from maybe previous years, or employ other experts to help us complete this. Maybe we'd have to go down, the legal route to help us, find some of this information to answer it correctly. But actually it was all pretty simple, and we could kind of just do it as we went along. So yeah, I hope that answers your question. Yeah, it was really important for us. We got to a stage in the business where we had quite a big project that we wanted to complete. So a big step up in the business that we wanted to make in terms of our overall product. But this would require additional, resources, so additional investment. Now, previous to getting this loan, the way that we've raised money is through investment. So we'd done a couple of rounds of VC investment, which, is a great way to kind of fund the business. The one of the main drawbacks of getting further investment is the dilution of equity. So every time we raise, everyone's equity slightly dilutes. Now, a lot of the time, that's a happy trade-off to be made. In this instance, however, we knew that we had this big project. It's exciting. It's development within AI. So we wanted to incorporate more artificial intelligence into our platform. But it was such a significant change to the product. We needed really to do it as well as we could. We wanted to get more funding. And we thought about the investment angle, but we knew that would dilute, and we probably didn't need to raise a full-on series, the next series round, to do that. It was almost like we just needed a smaller amount of capital. Still not an insignificant, but smaller amount in order for us to build this feature product. Then one of our investors in their portfolio, another one of their companies, have actually just done the same thing through Inngot at that time. So we were really interested. And so we looked at it and we thought, actually, this is a great solution for us. We don't need to do a full raise right now. This is almost in a way like we view it as like a bridging round, where we could get a loan out. And being a technology company, we didn't think that was possible to do it based on IP. So this was, a huge advantage to get, a good amount of, funding into the business. Didn't dilute, and has helped us to grow. So it did everything that we needed, really. So yeah, it was a really good solution for us that came at the right time. So they enabled us to build out and launch this new feature within the platform. So I say feature, it's we built an AI agent into the platform called Kit that essentially becomes like an employee for our users. So instead of them having to use the software, Kit, the agent built into the platform, does that. And we've grown since launching Kit. So it was a big change to our business model from becoming a do-it-yourself self-serve platform to essentially a done-for-you model, but based through a SaaS platform with AI in there, kind of doing the legwork. So we've now got, I think, we've been running for 8 years. I think probably 60, 70% of our total revenue comes through this new Kit products now that we launched in April. We've managed to double our average revenue per customer because of this, because they kind of built our feature set through upgrading previous customers, but also being able to sell Hike at a higher price point. We've grown revenue in our customer base about 30% year on year, which was, really good success. But it's still going. It's only been live it launched at the end of April, so May really. So not even a year yet. We've managed to grow that much. So yeah, it's really helped us to get to this next stage, which was exactly what we wanted the loan for. Yeah, absolutely. It's worth a consideration if you're looking for funding for the business. It opens up another opportunity, which isn't the normal, let's say, VC funding or other tech startup focused loans that have quite high or very aggressive interest rates. I can't remember some of the names of the services, but this is something where you can use the value of the IP that you've built, even for a company like us who don't really own any physical assets, to use the value that we've built and use that against a loan. The process was quick and easy, so you're not going to lose any time by trying it. It's easy to speak to the Inngot guys, to speak to the bank, really easy to manage ongoing as well, as probably I haven't really spoke about, but I probably helps, that we're doing well as a business, but, that's been really simple as well, which again, if you get other forms of investment, sometimes the ongoing management and communication is a bit more intense than what we get through the bank. So yeah, it provides a really good alternative for funding for startups and more established businesses, for sure.